Have you ever had the thought that market researchers could be consultants in disguise? I mean, we spend hours collecting, analyzing information to guide businesses. But do we go beyond just reporting data? Are we stepping up to help organizations make meaningful decisions based on those insights? Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Miriam from Fieldwork Africa, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about a topic that was discussed in a recent webinar. And let me tell you, this webinar was eye-opening. It challenged a lot of assumptions I had about the role of being a researcher, and it got me thinking deeply about how insight professionals can evolve and truly be seen as strategic business partners, not just people behind the scenes pulling numbers, gathering data, but visible, valued, impactful consultants. Now, what is the role of researchers? Who are they? And what do they do? Simon Cadwick, one of the speakers of the webinar, said, and I quote, "Researchers are heavily involved in the decision-making process. We guide and consult with key decision makers and stakeholders." This is so true, as we are not just there to support, but we are often influencing which decision a business moves in. We offer evidence, interpretation, and guidance that leaders use to take big steps. So if that is not consulting, I don't know what else is. And then there is the concept of maturity in the consumer insight function, which was broken down into 4 powerful stages in the webinar. And I think this progression really helped us to visualize where we are currently and what it takes to level up. Stage 1 is traditional research. At this point, research is mostly tactical. It is task-based. The budget is small, but the team is often treated like a service provider.
Here is a brief, go get me some numbers, go collect this data.
There is limited influence and limited ability to contribute strategically. Stage 2 is being a business contributor. Here there is more collaboration happening. The research team is starting to have a say in the decision-making process, but they still don't control much. When it comes to the budget, they might be consulted but not fully in control. There is strategic awareness but not full authority. Stage 3 is where we become strategic insight partners. Now we are seen as trusted advisors. We are brought into strategic discussions early. We don't just react to briefs, we help shape them. We also gain more control over how resources are allocated. And most importantly, the business begins to rely on our perspective to plan long term. Stage 4 is the ultimate goal, being a source of competitive advantage. This is when consumer insights are no longer optional. It now becomes an integral and important part. The team partners directly with the C-suite. We are able to bring predictive foresight. We can look ahead into what the team is doing now and how it will impact the future. We can look ahead not just on what consumers are doing now, but what they might do next. The insights provided in this stage drives innovation, strategy, and even help to shape the brand overall direction. What really stood out to me in this webinar is that it's not just about conducting research, but it is also about who is doing it. Diversity in the insights function was a key topic. The speaker emphasized that high-performing consumer insights teams are often the most diverse. They intentionally reflect the world around them, like ethnicity, gender, background, experience. Why? Because real insights comes from having multiple lenses. Diverse teams are more likely to challenge assumptions, spot blind spots, and build a fuller picture of what consumers actually think and feel. These teams don't operate in silos, as they collaborate with strategy consultants, research partners, marketing teams, designers, and data scientists. The relationship they build across the organizations matter. In fact, the ability to form strong collaborative relationships was described as just being as important as analytical skill. And speaking of collaboration, there is a beautiful synergy between business success and human benefits when collaboration is done well. On the business side, collaboration helps synthesize data across functions and creates more innovative and digestible reports, and also spots new opportunities. On the human side, it supports growth professionally and personally. It helps people learn, feel supported, and be part of a mission that truly matters. And here is the part that I personally found most powerful. Our impact as researchers is in our hands. It depends on how we communicate, who we engage, how we influence others, how we tell stories with data, and most importantly, how we are perceived and trusted. To become a consultant, you need to go beyond analysis. You need to be able to listen with empathy. That is to truly hear what the stakeholders are saying and feeling. You also need to understand in great detail. That is to know the business context as well as your research. And lastly, you need to be able to facilitate action. Don't just deliver data. Deliver direction. Be part of the next step. So back to the big question. Are market researchers consultants? The answer is absolutely yes. The researchers that are making the most strategic impact today are already acting as consultants. They help leaders make sense of complexity. They guide priorities. They align decisions with both data and human insights. Consultants are knowledgeable, they are credible, they are influential, and their influence doesn't just show up at the end of a report. It runs through every stage of the research journey, right from stakeholder alignment to activation. So the next time someone asks you what you do, don't sell yourself short. You are not just a researcher. You are an insight consultant, a strategic partner, a guide. And trust me, that mindset shift, it makes all the difference. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful and beautiful videos like this. Let us keep redefining what it means to be a researcher, because our work is way bigger than collecting data. That is all for now. I'll see you in the next video.